that there is a new energy on the earth. You feel it. You feel the presence and power of God more specifically, more viscerally, more constantly than ever before. That power, of course, is kicking up a lot of dust to be healed. But the good news is that when dust kicks up to be healed, 80% of the healing is already done. The last part, not the first part, is us examining that unconscious stuff that comes up for healing because the light has already lifted it for observation and release. So let's not worry so much. Let us instead recognize the power of the light right now. Now, another thing that this new light and this new power does is it brings new information, new ways to pray, and new ways to pray more effectively, and new ways to look at ourselves more radically. So, we're going to do some prayers today, but they're based on a new way to pray. So, I want to ground you in this new way to pray that I received from Spirit. This new way to pray that I received from Spirit is based on a new perspective from Spirit. We have often seen ourselves as a body. And even though A Course in Miracles says a million times, I am not a body, I am free, I am still as God created me to be, we often view our lives through the lens or the prism of our body, its experiences, and its miseducation. But Spirit is inviting us higher now to see our lives through the lens of who and what we really are. Spirit gave us a new perspective recently, and that is you are not the body. You are the light of God, specifically calibrated, specifically adjusted for your body's purpose on earth. In other words, that energy that you feel when you go into meditation, that is your real and true self. That light that you think surrounds you, that is your true self. That light that you think is being triggered and welled up within you when you go into prayer and meditation, that is your true self. Your body is just the vessel or the channel for it. And what Spirit also says in this new perspective is that light shines through your physical experience in the same way that light shines through a prism and or a laser. The light of God is concentrated within you and through you. And when you pray, like a laser can do amazing things, because we all know about how laser surgery can remove that which is unwanted, unneeded, and restore balance. Well, when you pray, it is like conducting laser surgery on your experience. You bring the light through. Your physical experience concentrates it. And like a laser, you focus on what you want to heal, what you want to transform. And like a laser does amazing, miraculous things, the laser of God's light does just that. So think of yourself not as the body. Think of yourself as the crystal God created through which to shine its light for your specific purpose on the earth and for the earth's specific purpose of healing and transformation. You are the crystal. You are the jewel. You are the focal point of God's intention. And if you can't think of yourself that way yet, just think of an analogy that you know of and that you use all the time, especially in the spring. How many people here have used a garden hose? Am I the only one who ever had a house and used a garden hose? Like, let me see your hands. All right. If you've ever used a garden hose, you know how unpleasant they can be. They can be heavy. They can get all kinds of dirt on them, right? They can get all kinked up, right? You got to drag them out and drag them back. You got to put together that little wheel pulley thing to keep them organized. And even that still doesn't keep them organized. They're a pain in the butt, right? Garden hose, then they get all kinds of dirt on them, right? We know how a garden hose is, right? When we focus on the garden hose and all of its negative attributes, we forget the larger purpose of the garden hose, which is to channel the water to water and nurture the seeds that have been planted. Well, think of yourself as a garden hose. Your purpose is not, oh, I'm dusty, I'm kinky, I'm hard to deal with, I'm hard to handle. No, 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 no. That's the body. But your real purpose is to draw through the light, just like the garden hose draws through the water that nurtures and waters the seeds that you have planted. You are not the body. You are not the garden hose. You are the light that comes through to create God's intention through you. So, given that context, there is a new way to pray. And it's just a derivation and an expansion on the same concepts as affirmative prayer. Because the light of God is so present, and because we recognize ourselves as the light of God made manifest, a new way to pray has the following structure. The light of God from the heart of God as me creates. The light of God from the heart of God as me allows. The light of God from the heart of God as me accepts. The light of God from the heart of God as me manifests. So the unification of us with the light of God is subsumed by the awareness of us as the light of God. So it's not praying to God, it's not praying with God, it is praying as God. The light of God from the heart of God as me creates, accepts, allows, manifests. And then we state or describe or feel what it is we choose to manifest. And then as we do so, we focus not on the thing, but we focus on the feeling. The light of God from the heart of God as me experiences the joy and peace of financial security. The light of God from the heart of God as me experiences the calm, clear view of my life as me empowered to live it fully. So that subtle shift in perspective can be very powerful. Now, the prerequisite to this, of course, is getting into the state of union with God, not thinking about it, not stating it, but getting into that state where you feel and experience yourself as the light of God from the heart of God. For you are the light of God from the heart of God. God created a special vibration, a special frequency of light called you, specifically for the purpose of manifesting your part in God's plan. Now, your part in God's plan begins with your happiness, your peace, your joy, and fulfillment, that you might model that and share that with the earth. So, your happiness is God's happiness, and God's will for you is that happiness.